The following feature presentation is part of the Skywalking Network.
It's a Neverland Clubhouse, yeah. Think of all that we will share. Disney updates and fandom will take you everywhere. It's Courtney and Kelly, two sisters that will be together. Oh, join our Neverland Clubhouse, yeah. Two is twice as nice as one. Memories of friends and family, everybody is welcome. It's Courtney and Kelly, two sisters guiding you through Disney. Together, yeah.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to our 7th episode of the Neverland Clubhouse. This is the Disney podcast where we go to different park lands to share Disney stories, news, and what's going on with Disney+. We are your tour guides through Disney fandom. I'm Kelly, and this is my sister Courtney. Hi, everyone. Today we will be taking you to Tomorrowland, where we are going to discuss all the news around Disneyland's reopening on April 30th. And then we will head into Fantasyland, where we each will give you our top 10 things we are looking forward to when Disneyland reopens. So let's jump on the omnibus and head into Tomorrowland. We are so excited that Disneyland is finally reopening on April 30th. And with that, we wanted to give you a rundown of how we got tickets, if we were able to make reservations, and when we will be going. In last month's episode, we told you guys that we were going to do everything that we could to get reservations and tickets for opening day, April 30th. And we did with the help of our friends. So first, let's break down how we got the tickets, reservations, and how it's going to be for the foreseeable future. Now, Disney did announce that if you already had a ticket, you would be able to access the reservation system on April 12th, which I already did have a ticket, so I did and was able to access the reservation system on April 12th. I already had a ticket. I did not. Yeah, I already had a ticket because we bought a 3-day ticket for July when we thought that Disneyland was going to open in last year in July, which didn't actually happen. But so I had the 3-day ticket, so I was nervous about reservations not being available and just kind of nervous all the way around and kind of stressed out. So I went into the reservation system and I was like, you know what? Avengers Campus dates, June 4th, was open. And so I was like, Courtney, can I reserve them? And I told her, yes, do it, because we need to be there. And so with that, I was able to just make a reservation really easily. I went into the system. It was a less than a minute wait, and it wasn't really that hard. However, we do have to say that there aren't that many people with existing tickets, so it was easier to access the system. I was going to say that, however, Disney did announce blackout dates for the tiered tickets that people did already have. The tickets that people already had, they were like peak, regular, and value day, because that's the way that they had left it before they closed for COVID. Right. And basically, opening day was blocked out for the lower tiers. Any tier through 4 was blocked out for any of those really high ticketed peak days that Disney would assume everybody would want to be going. Right. So if you had a 1-day tier 5 ticket or a multi-day ticket, you had no blackout dates. But anything under that had blackout dates. And you could look at the blackout dates on their website. Actually, I think like April 12th as well. Yeah, actually, you could look at the system April 9th to see what they were going to do and how they were going to structure it, but you couldn't buy tickets on April 9th. You had to wait until April 12th. Yes. Now, everybody was looking at the multi-day tickets that they put out for the pricing and was like, hey, I'll just buy a 5-day multi-day ticket and go 5 days and make my reservations. Well, they forgot about the 13-day the 13 days they have to use it within the first use, or an expiration date of 12/30/2022, whichever comes first. And everybody forgot to really read the fine print on that. So if you get a multi-day ticket, you have to use it within the 13 days of first use. There is no exceptions on that. No exceptions for COVID, no nothing. They're still implementing that rule. And then came Thursday, 3 days later. So April 12th was a Monday, right? And so April 15th is when tickets went back on sale for everybody who did not have a ticket. Every legacy pass holder, every person in California, they wanted these tickets. And we actually I woke up at 7:40 a.m. like I normally do for work, and I jumped right into the queue because I saw on Facebook that people were already getting into the queue, and I was like, dang it. So now I have to get into this queue, even though they said they would not be on sale earlier than 8 a.m. So yeah, I was already in the queue. I had been up since 6:30, and I was already in the queue since 7 a.m. And I told her when she woke up, I said, get in that queue. I get in that queue. So it came up with a little screen with Big Thunder Mountain on it, and it would ride the roller coaster around. And now everybody hates Big Thunder Mountain. It's true. It's true. But when it hit 8 o'clock, my screen didn't move. Did yours? No, it didn't move. It actually didn't move until like almost 8:30. Like it was stuck. It like literally looked like it wasn't doing anything. Yeah, yeah. I didn't get any movement on my screen until maybe like 8:10, okay. 8:15. It said that you were in the queue. It did move. It did move from sit tight because it was saying sit tight because the queue wasn't actually open yet. But then it didn't move to your wait is more than an hour until like maybe 8:20, maybe closer to 8:30 for me. Yeah. We've been told that the site crashed right when everybody got in, like 10 minutes after everybody got in and the site crashed. But that was to be expected. The site crashes multiple times during these things. I don't know why they can't figure out how to accommodate all the people that want to have reservations. But of course, it's a computer, it's a system. Well, especially since it's like 25% capacity of only Californians. Like, I don't get how a site that should be accommodating like all of everybody who wants to go from all of America, normally crashes like that, even when it's 25% capacity and only Californians. Yeah, and also the thing is that even if you just wanted to make reservations, you had to be in this queue. So it was people that wanted to make reservations. It was people that needed to get tickets. And so it was just a big, long, stressful day of trying to get reservations and tickets. I was totally stressed out all day long. All day long. But we were able to get a 3-day multi-ticket to go along with my 3-day multi-ticket for Courtney through a travel site, Getaway Today, and with the help of our friend Sarah. You rock! We were not able to get into the system at all at that point. No. And we were like, we need a ticket. If anything, we needed a ticket for that weekend because I already had reservations. Exactly. I was like, she's not going to be able to go to that reservation because, she won't go by herself. So, yeah. So, but that site crashed too for a while. And people were trying to get around the system and get tickets elsewhere and all of that. And it was just crashing. Well, they were also trying to get tickets from AAA as well. Yes, AAA was another one. Yeah, AAA, and then I think another travel agency website too had it, but can't remember the name of that one. But definitely AAA and Getaway Today. Well, after a few hours, I looked up and all of a sudden my screen said recalculating. Yeah, at like noon, because I actually drove, like still in the queue. I drove to my work and I worked from 9 to 12, and I even opened up another window on my desktop. So not only did I have like 2 windows open on my phone, I had a window on my desktop at work, and all of them at like 11:30, 12 went recalculating. All of them. Yeah, I was like, are we on GPS? Like recalculating? Like what's happening here? Did we make a wrong turn? Because all of my screens said recalculating. Again, I think the reservation site crashed or something, but something crashed again, and everybody was paused and on hold. But then it went back to more than an hour wait. Everything went back more than an hour wait. And we waited. That's the only information we ever got. Yes. Yes, the more than an hour was like 7 hours. Maybe 8 or 9 when everything got... Yeah, but we waited and we waited and we waited and we waited. And finally, one of our friends that was on his desktop computer at his home ended up getting our opening day tickets. So we are going opening day, April 30th. But only DCA was available to start with. And then we could park hop if capacity was able to after 1 p.m. However, we still needed to make the reservations for Courtney for Avengers Campus Weekend. So we stayed in the queue. So when we actually got our tickets for opening day, it was 2:30. So we stayed in the queue and we waited and waited and waited and waited. And of course, I got off at work at 4, so I had to drive home. And I thought, oh no, it's going to jump to 20 minutes, when I get in the car, or at least go to an hour or something. But it didn't. I got all the way home and still was on more than an hour wait. When I got home, though, it was around like 4 o'clock, 4:30. Courtney texted me, hey, our friend's other computer just turned over. He had it on his desktop and his phone, and his phone had started to count down. So it was like, oh my gosh, our friend Kevin, he was like, can you log into Kelly's information for us and just get us those tickets then? Like, get us the reservation? And he was like, well, I can try. And it started counting down, and then it was 20 minutes, and I was like, his phone is counting down. And Kelly's like, oh my gosh. And when he finally got in there, he logged into Kelly's account, and the 4th, 5th, and 6th of June was still available. So we were able to get the reservations for me for Avengers Campus opening weekend. So we will also be there for the opening of that, which I'm so excited for. We've been waiting and waiting and waiting for this since it was supposed to come out last year in June, I think. So we've just been waiting a long time, and we're finally excited to have it. Oh my gosh, it looks so cool from what we can see over the tops of the trees, and everybody says it looks so cool. So we're so excited about that. So excited to get those opening day reservations for Avengers Campus. Right. So then after that, though, after that we got those reservations, then Kelly's computer started to count down. Kelly's computer started to count down finally. And I was like, well, we're in here, and we don't know if we'll able to park hop on opening day. So why don't we just go on May 15th and get Disneyland only reservations? And what did you do, Kelly? So I was able to get into the system, and it took me to this page where it just wanted me to make a reservation, but I obviously didn't have a ticket yet because all the tickets that I had linked to my account were already counted for the other days. So I had to quickly find where it says to buy a ticket, but it wasn't on the page that it took me to. So I had to go back and find the buy tickets, and I was so worried that it would put me back in that queue. But I did finally get to where it said that we could buy tickets, and I got a 1-day, 1-park ticket for each of us, and we are going to Disneyland only on May 15th. I'm so happy. But this took all day. It did. Like by the time we finished, it was 5:30 p.m. Like when we have been in the queue since 6:40 in the morning. And it wasn't
Yeah.
just us, like the three
Yeah.
people that we're going with, they were in the queues. Like everybody was in this queue trying to get everything.
Yes. So we do have the 3 trips planned, and we're so excited. April 30th, we will be,
Well,
we were going to start in DCA.
yeah. However, on April 23rd, if you were looking online, people started posting screenshots saying there's more availability. And I was like, what are you talking about? So I went to the theme park reservation page and I saw that even though everything in May, especially I started there, in May, it had gotten down to like mostly only available of Disney's California Adventure. It started opened up with more Disneyland reservations. So everybody was talking about how May had more availability. So I went and looked on April 30th and they put more availability on opening day for Disneyland. So I quickly texted everybody that was going that day that I knew and was like, guys, Disneyland has more availability. And so our friend Kevin, who has our tickets, he was like, well, let me see what I can do. Cause I was like, don't lose the reservation, but let's see if we can like maybe change to Disneyland. And yes, he was able. So now we will be starting at Disneyland in the morning.
Oh my gosh. I'm so excited about this. We are going to be starting in Disneyland on April 30th, opening morning. After a year of not having any Disneyland, we are going to have that, and we can still park hop over to DCA when we want to, if we want to. Then we will be having our Disneyland only day on May 15th. And of course, we'll be going to Avengers Campus June 4th through the 6th. And we have DCA all those days so that we can experience all of Avengers Campus.
Yes. So, but let me tell you, this as a former annual pass holder, this was a very stressful experience because we never really had to worry about tickets before. And I mean, I've been a non-annual pass holder before, but it's just so much easier when you're a pass holder.
Yeah. And it's never quite taken such a hit to our wallet before either, because all of those tickets were very, very expensive. I think all of our annual pass holders friends were like, oh my gosh, it's really expensive to go to Disneyland, because we were so desensitized to the annual pass. We were like, just toss like whatever you want to eat, right? Yeah. To go to Disneyland for the day.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. So we really hope that they bring some type of annual pass program back, because like we just spent like more than half of our
annual pass, our
payments on Disney. On tickets, more than half on 5 days. And
but also just so you guys know, the legacy pass holder discount barcode, it did extend. So it no longer expires on April 30th. It is now extended to May 31st.
Right. And dining reservations did open up on April 22nd. However, a dining reservation nor a Rise of the Resistance boarding pass, it does not guarantee you that you'll be able to park hop. Park hop depends on capacity. All right. So now that we got our tickets, Courtney, and our reservations, we need to talk about the new process of Rise of Resistance.
I know, because I am so... like, that's like one of the first things I really want to try for is to ride Rise of the Resistance again.
I know. We only got to ride it twice. We got to ride it the opening day of Disneyland, and we got to ride it on our Walt Disney World trip over in Florida. But that was it.
Yeah, that was it. We got to ride it once on both coasts, and that was it. But now it's not just a free-for-all. You only have one chance to try for the spaces on the boarding passes. Now you have 2 chances, one at 7 a.m. and one at 12 p.m. And the one at 7 a.m., you can try for it from your own house. You do not need to be on Disneyland property for this, but you do have to have a reservation and a ticket for Disneyland first. The 12 p.m. time, you do have to be on property. So you have to be scanned in to be on property at 12 p.m. And it doesn't matter which park you started in. You could start in Disneyland or you can start at DCA, but also you could only join one boarding group. So like if you joined in the morning, you can't join in the afternoon. So only one boarding group.
Right. Right. And again, it does not guarantee you to park hop.
Yeah. But the good thing is like we're now on Walt Disney World terms. Like you can try from your hotel room at 7 a.m. You can be in your PJs. You don't have to be ready or anything like that. You don't need to be in the Esplanade, or in the front in the hub to get to try and get a space. You can do it from your hotel room or your house.
Yeah.
So what is going to be open? Or no, what is not going to be open, Kel?
So most rides will be open, but there are some exceptions. At Disneyland, we have the Matterhorn still closed. We have Jungle Cruise, Buzz Lightyear, Finding Nemo, Storybook Canal Boats. I think it's basically just the rides that they find hard to either social distance or find hard to, the line will be too long.
No, I think the Matterhorn and Buzz Lightyear is just normal down for renovation because okay. I don't think they made that a priority when they were shut down. Like I know they were working on Haunted Mansion and Snow White's Enchanted Wish. I just don't think they made a priority for Matterhorn or Buzz Lightyear. And let me tell you, Astro Blasters, like it needs to be refurbished. Like from the last time we were there.
We've walked off that ride because of maintenance and all of that.
Yeah. Before, and it needs to be repainted and stuff. I don't know. It looked like it needed some love before it shut down. So
right. The Jungle Cruise, I'm not sure why that's still closed. Well, it seems to be open in Disney World.
Yeah, I don't know why they're treating it different, but remember they are making it different, so they're updating the ride. Aren't
they doing that on both coasts though?
Yes, they are. And they did say that Walt Disney World, it would be on stage so that guests would be able to see the progress of the change. Disneyland, they never made that promise. Probably because they didn't know when they were actually going to be able to open because of COVID, but they never made that promise that it would be on stage, as it progressed. So I think that they're just keeping it closed. But also, it is, I know they're social distancing it at Walt Disney World, but maybe they just thought it was too close. Because, I understand the Storybook Canal Boats because you literally have to keep it even for it to go. And it's kind of hard to social distance on the Storybook Land Canal Boats. So.
Oh, yeah, I'm Finding Nemo is like a no-brainer on that one. It's such a tight, enclosed space. Even if you social distanced with seats, it wouldn't work.
And it might be, I'm not quite sure how long that ride is. It may not fit underneath the 15-minute guideline of the state of California.
Well, Rise of the Resistance technically doesn't fit underneath that 15-minute guideline.
I don't know. I'm just speculating.
Yeah. And in DCA, there's not much closed. The Animation Academy will be closed, where the workshop is. And then Grizzly River Run won't open until May 7th.
So we'll get to ride it on May 15th.
Yeah, if we want to. Adventures Campus obviously won't open until June 4th. But everything else seems to be pretty open over there.
Yeah. So, and plus it's more out in the open than Disneyland, I think, some of the rides. So,
even though there are restrictions and not everything is open yet, we still cannot wait to get back to the Disney parks, and it is so soon. Let's head over to Fantasyland so that we can share our top 10 things that we are looking forward to the most.
We have missed the parks so much over the past year. And with the parks reopening, we have each made a list of things we are looking forward to. And so with that, Kelly, why don't you go with your number 10 spot?
Okay, so we're going from 10 to 1, right? So 1 is like our most wanting to do. Okay, so my number 10 is walking down Main Street and staring at the castle. That's all I want to do. I just want to see the castle. I'll probably cry. It's been so long. But yeah, I just want to walk down Main Street.
Yeah. I mean, I always get a chill walking by the firehouse, so I get that. My number 10 is the smell of fried chicken from Plaza Inn. It just makes me so nostalgic for that like corner. And then like I never get fried chicken, but it always makes me want to go in there and eat. But then I end up getting the fettuccine alfredo. It's kind of really funny. But yeah, I just love the smell of the fried chicken.
Yeah, I miss that fried chicken. It's good fried chicken, but it is available for mobile order.
Yeah.
Yes,
it will be. What's your number 9?
All right, so my number 9 is hanging out in Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah.
I actually like hanging out in Galaxy's Edge. Our Galaxy's Edge isn't too busy. It's not too crowded.
Well, it used to be.
The atmosphere is so nice. I know. I hope it doesn't. I mean, like capacity's low, so I'm really hoping that it's still really chill in there. I feel like our Galaxy's Edge is just kind of like a chill place where people just like to hang out, and I love being in there, and I love going back there and just getting like a Java Juice at Oga's or something like that. It's good. I love it.
I know. Too bad Oga's is not going to be open when it reopens.
Yeah. I really want to go to Galaxy's Edge and drink a Melroon juice.
Yes, that sounds really good. My number 9 is the smell of the Autopia cars. I know it's not like environmental safe, but like I just love the smell of the like gas. I know. It's nostalgic. And the fact that those cars are just, gas powered and go around. It's just from when I was small.
It brings me back to when we were little and wanted to go on the Autopia to drive a car because it seems so cool to drive a car.
Yeah, that's my number 9. So what's your number 8?
I really miss just taking a day to de-stress at Disneyland. That's where we mostly went to if we were having a rough week, a rough month. We knew each other needed a Disneyland day when we were kind of at each other's throats. And I miss that. I miss de-stressing.
I do too. And nowadays, we totally need that.
Yes. Yeah. That's kind of where our Disney trips come from, is we just needed to get away from reality for a little while. And I miss that so much.
Yeah. My number 8 is eating all the Disney snacks. I mean, I know we don't get snacks very often, but like I'm really craving a churro. Like I didn't get a churro at Touch of Disney. I need a churro. And I want the popcorn.
That's right. You said all you wanted was a churro and you didn't get one.
Well, actually all I wanted was the caramel popcorn, but they didn't have it. So, yeah.
Right. The caramel popcorn.
Yeah.
Right. But then, yeah, you wanted a churro. But, like, the churros always seem like a good idea. And then when you get there, everything else sounds better than a churro.
That it does.
And I think that's just half our problem. But we'll definitely get you a churro.
Yes, I want a churro.
So on my 7 of what I'm looking forward to is I really want to go on Snow White's Enchanted Wish.
Yeah.
I want to know what's different, and like when I was little, I really didn't like Snow White's Scary Adventure because it was scary. So I really hope that they change that. And
I didn't even know it was a ride.
I'm happy.
I didn't know it was a ride until because it was so funny because one of the times we were there, and this is after we got our annual passes. So I was like in high school. So I looked over and the evil queen from Snow White was peeking out of her window, and we were with our mom, and I said, we were standing in line for Peter Pan, and I said, it's weird that they have all of these rides for all of these different Disney movies, but they don't have a ride for Disney's first movie, Snow White. And my mom goes, yes, I do. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And she goes, it's right over there. What did you think that was? And I was like, why have we never been on this ride? And she's like, well, I mean, I don't know. And I was like, I only ever thought it was like a shop. and we just didn't go in shop. So yeah, for a while I didn't know that Snow White had a ride.
You did, and I remember one year you finally saw the Queen peeking out.
I was like, oh my gosh,
from the
that
top.
was the same thing. Like I was like, what is going on up there? And then it turns out it was a ride the whole time.
So apparently our mom and dad didn't like going to Fantasyland because we had no clue about any of the Fantasyland rides for a long time.
I don't remember going on them when I was younger, but I remember them being there. Like we always went on Peter Pan, obviously, and we might have gone on Pinocchio a few times, but I know that you were scared of Monstro the whale, so I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't like Monstro.
But you were totally okay with Storybook Land canal boats going through Monstro.
No, I didn't like when you got eaten by Monstro.
Okay.
But because the tail and you could kind of see the end when you went in, I think I was okay. But yeah, I had a lot of fears as a child.
We'll get to those soon. So my number 7 is, and granted, we don't do this often because usually we have Fast Passes, but since Fast Pass is not going to be a thing when Disneyland reopens, I'm looking forward to just standing in line and catching up with friends because we don't really do that normally because we just want to get on the ride as fast as possible, but we will have to stand in line now. So I'm looking forward to doing that and just catching up with people around us.
Yeah, Disney lines are always fun. You always find people to talk to. It may be a little different now that it's COVID and people don't want to talk to each other, but I think Disney people still will talk to each other because, we've been to the Disney Expos. We've been to early morning openings, Disney events, and I still think that, Disney connects us all.
So I'm just looking forward to standing in line and being with people after a year of being in isolation.
That's awesome. All right. So my number 6 is having a Dole Whip in the Tiki Room.
Yeah.
Because I love Dole Whip. And I love having it in the Tiki Room with all the birds singing to you. We did have a Dole Whip at A Touch of Disney, but we sat down and ate it right in front of the roller coaster. And we were watching the roller coaster get, tested. They were, testing the roller coaster.
Yeah.
So I was like, it's so weird to be eating a Dole Whip in front of the roller coaster, and there's no birds singing to me, and there's no Polynesian theming.
Yeah, it was weird.
I was like, I want to have a Dole Whip in the Tiki Room.
Yeah, that sounds really good. I want to do it now. Let's do it now.
I know. I want to do it now too. What's your number 6?
My number 6 is seeing all the updates in the Haunted Mansion.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it looks like they're gonna be doing a really good job.
I've kind of avoided all the spoilers, so I have no idea what's happening.
I didn't watch the whole video through, but they had pictures and it looks like, the Haunted Mansion hasn't been updated since the 60th when they put the Hatbox Ghost in there. So I think it's time for some updates to it.
Yeah, I agree.
So that brings us to number 5.
Ooh, okay. So my number 5 is not going to happen for a while, and it hasn't even been announced that it's coming back. But I really want to watch the Magic Happens Parade.
Yes, I want to do that too.
Because where were we when the Magic Happens Parade premiered?
We were in Florida.
Walt Disney World.
Yeah, we were in Walt Disney World, so we didn't even get to see it. Well,
we didn't even get to see it because the whole world shut down a week after we got back from Walt Disney World. So we were supposed to go to Disneyland the weekend that it closed, the 14th, right? Yeah. And watch the parade and do all of the Disney things. And we didn't get to, and I'm so sad that we didn't get to see the Magic Happens Parade because we were in the Disneyland or the Disney Expo when they announced it, and that was amazing.
I know we were really looking forward to it, but yeah, I believe the day that it premiered, which was February 28th, I think we were in the Magic Kingdom in Florida, so I believe that was our Magic Kingdom day. We were on Disney property, just not the right one.
So what's your number 5?
My number 5, you already took it, is Snow White's Enchanted Wish, because I love seeing all the new stuff. So it's new. They worked on it over the closure of COVID, and I'm just glad that they have new stuff to show us when they reopen. So I want to see all the new.
I am too. I'm glad they took a year to do a lot, and we'll be going back to brand new things and new things to see, new things to scout out and find hidden Mickeys and all kinds of things. I love that because, us annual pass holders need to find something new every time.
Yeah, definitely. So what is your number 4 then?
All right. Again, it hasn't been announced it's coming back, and we don't know when it's coming back, but hopefully it'll come back soon, and it's watching the fireworks.
Yes. Fireworks is always a good day.
I really want to watch the fireworks. Watching fireworks from Galaxy's Edge, that's always fun. Watching fireworks from the castle. I really want to watch the fireworks, and I'm sad that we don't do it more often.
Definitely going to be taking advantage of that when it comes back. We need to watch the fireworks.
Probably the first time we watch it, it'll make me cry, because those songs always make me cry.
My number 4, you already kind of took it. I'm looking forward to Rise of the Resistance. I like I said, we only rode it twice, once on each coast, and so I'm looking forward to riding that more.
Yeah, it's so detailed that you just don't get everything when you ride it. So every time you ride it, you get something new, and especially since it's been such a long time since we've ridden it. So I'm so looking forward to trying to get those boarding passes and getting on that a few times.
And now we can try for them at 7 a.m. before we get there.
We'll be up because we live an hour away. So,
so what is your number 3? We are going into top 3.
All right. So my number 3 is Avengers Campus. I cannot wait for Avengers Campus. June 4th cannot come soon enough. The whole land to be immersed in Marvel, and I feel like we've been primed for this the entire year because we've had so many Marvel TV series, Marvel movies are coming out, so I feel like they are just gonna be like Marvel, Marvel, Marvel. And I really, really can't wait to do that.
I am really looking forward to this, but since we already said that, I didn't put it on the list. But Avengers Campus is definitely something I'm looking forward to.
I mean, it was an obvious one. That's why it's kind of at number 3. But yes, Avengers Campus and riding the new ride and trying all the food there is going to be great.
Yes. And my number 3 is actually may not happen on opening day, may happen on opening day. Hearing the Dapper dancing. Watching their little show. They just make Main Street for me, and I just love watching them. And they tap dance, and I'm really happy that they tap dance. Even though they're totally ruining the tap shoes doing it on the cement, but whatever. That's just somebody who taps. That's just our pet peeve. Don't do it on cement. But they do.
They do.
But yeah.
It's because it scrapes. I'm really interested to see hopefully cavalcades that they have with characters, or maybe the socially distanced character meet and greets. I've watched Florida's videos, and they have parades, cavalcades that they call them, every few minutes, and they've got the princesses coming out, and Tinkerbell comes out, and Winnie the Pooh characters comes out, and so I'm really excited to see what they do with that, but that's not on my list.
Right. Like I said, maybe because I do know that Walt Disney World does have the Dapper Dans out there singing, socially distanced. So they do appear there. So I'm thinking maybe they'll have them in Disneyland, but it's not announced that they're going to be there. So I don't know.
Yeah. I know that at Walt Disney World, they have them up on the train station. So that they can kind of see people from afar or up high and kind of say hi from afar. But, they did the character distance greetings in Touch of Disney. So I'm hopeful that they'll do kind of the same thing here. But you never know, because Disneyland is smaller and there is a lot more room in Disney World. Yeah. And a lot more room to socially distance with everything. But the Dapper Dance would be so fun opening day. And if they are not singing in front of the castle opening day, they are a missed opportunity.
Yes. So what is number 2 on your list, Cal?
Number 2 is riding all of the rides, because I want to ride all of the rides. And from Star Tours to Splash Mountain to Space Mountain to Big Thunder Mountain, Pirates, all of them. They're all my favorites. I want to ride them all.
It's been way too long, and they need to be all ridden. Yes, very much cheater.
Yes.
But
I know, I lumped them all together, but my number 1 is better than that. So,
well, I just made that a given, so that's not on the list. So my number 2 is seeing the castle. I firmly believe that walking through those gates, I'm going to burst into tears. Maybe seeing the firehouse, maybe not, but definitely seeing the castle after a year of it being closed.
Yeah, I remember people said that you would burst into tears when you saw the castle in Walt Disney World, and we walked in there, we were like,
didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
And I was sad that it didn't happen there. I did.
It
was very sad.
It was very
and that
sad.
was the first time we went, and I was like, I'm totally going to cry. I'm totally going to cry, and it didn't happen. It's a different feel over there.
Yeah, it felt like home, but it felt like a different version of home, and it just feels like you're in this huge bubble. But the Disneyland one, I know you're gonna cry. I know it. I could put money on it.
I mean, if I cried during the family sing-along, then I should be able to cry. When I was on.
Oh yeah, the little Disney family sing-alongs that were performed like around November, December. Yeah.
I burst into tears through both of them.
So what's your number 1?
No, you go first.
Oh, okay. I'll go first. So my number 1 is sharing the Disney magic with friends and family.
Yes.
Because that's what we love most. We love going with our friends. We love going with our family. We love sharing all of the Disney rides and the day with our friends and family. And there is nothing better than having Disney plans with friends.
I like that one. That is not my number 1, but it's up there. I'm going to steal it. No. Basically, I split up your number 10. Walking through down Main Street is my number 1. Just, that's the most, I mean, it's not the most nostalgic, but like, you get the feels of a nostalgic period of time there. And we really haven't, Disneyland's been closed all this time, and Disneyland California has been open this whole, most of the time. So it just, I'm looking forward to spending a lot of time in Disneyland, but also with friends and family. Yeah.
Yeah, we've been counting down the days until we go to Disneyland, and Courtney's been posting in Neverland Clubhouse pod and on Facebook and stuff, all of our Disney memories, and it's just so fun to walk down memory lane of all of our fun times that we've had, and we can't wait to make more memories.
Those lists make us even more excited to be able to get back to the parks. And also, the Skywalking Network will be at Disneyland opening day. Sarah and Richard from Skywalking Through Neverland, Kevin and Max from the Max Effects podcast, and of course, us from Neverland Clubhouse. If you see us with our new black and teal Skywalking Network hats, please make sure to say hi, and where you find one, you may find more.
Yes, so much fun. Well, we want to give a big shout out and thank you to Rob Dellinger for composing our theme song. And to hear more of Rob's work and to see where he'll be playing next, please go to his website, alpharhythmkings.com.
We are part of the Skywalking Network, Skynet, where you can also find other great shows like Talking Apes,
Classic Marvel Star Wars Comics,
the Max Effects podcast,
Resilient Squadron podcast,
Totally Tell Me Everything,
and the flagship show, Skywalking Through Neverland.
Sign up for the weekly Skywalking Network newsletter. The sign-up form is available in our show notes. You can check out all the Skywalking Network podcasts and articles at skywalkingthroughneverland.com.
You can follow us on social media
on Instagram at Neverland Clubhouse Pod, at CLT8622, and at Kelly Turkel. On Twitter at Cuddles25, that's KUDLES25, and on Facebook at Kelly Turkel or Courtney Turkel. You can also find us in the Skywalking Through Neverland Facebook group. Just search Facebook for Skywalking Through Neverland group. Request to join, and then answer the questions that pop up. Do it, or we can't let you in. All right then, second star to the right and straight on till morning. Join us for our next adventure from the Neverland Clubhouse.